shouldn't want to be with a man who is trying to make another woman jealous just by having you in their presence, and then record you doing shit just to make a point on social media. That shit is crazy. That shit is crazy as the fuck. Now, what they don't talk about is how when I was in Carbonation, I was telling them this. They're not gonna sit down and speak the real. They're not gonna sit down and say, actually, Velvet actually was trying to be there for us. She actually, Sheba would never get on social media and tell y'all how I was trying to stop her from having sex with Nature Boy when he was trying to take her virginity. All of that shit she went through with her baby, true, she would have never went with that shit and never went through that shit if her and Nature Boy would have listened to me. But because they wanted to do whatever the fuck they wanted to do, boom, Sheba has a baby, don't know who the daddy is. Yeah, I'm still talking about that moment because that shit is relevant as fuck, and that shit could happen to another woman there because they flip-flopping. It's to the point where now women gotta leave because they can't be with the man who they want to be with. Women can't even go to Carbonation because they can't be with the man who they want to be with because Nature Boy subjected everybody to sucking his dick. He didn't keep me because I got pregnant. He got me pregnant to keep me. You feel me? He didn't keep me because I got pregnant. He got me pregnant to keep me. There's a difference. Nature Boy tried to harness me so bad that he tried to create any type of situation that he could to keep me. No, Sheba not gonna sit there and tell you how I tried to stop that shit from happening between them. I is not gonna sit there and tell you how I tried to stop him from being with her because I knew that he didn't fuck with her and I wanted her emotions and her well-being to be preserved. She's not gonna sit here on social media and tell you how I was behind closed doors fighting with him physically and mentally, trying to get him to not fuck with her. And it was never because of jealousy. I don't have shit to be jealous about. Look at me. I'm the greatest thing that ever happened to Carbonation. I am the greatest thing that has ever happened to anybody life who I have touched. And that's not on no conceited shit. That's on some real life shit. I got people in my corner who actually know me before and after Carbonation who can vouch for me. They're not going to sit there and talk to you about how I was trying to save and reserve them. F-Rule is not going to sit there and talk to you and tell you about how I was telling her that Nature Boy doesn't give a fuck about you. He does not want to be with you. They'll never sit down and say this stuff. You know why? Because they're in denial. They want to make me out to be a demon. Because they feel like I'm attacking their Messiah. They're turning a blind eye to me. They're not saying anything. They're really not saying anything about what I'm saying. They're just making fun of me. That's it. Because all the truth is here. What can you say to a person who's speaking truth? What can you do on social media when a person is speaking truth? You gotta ignore it. You gotta ignore that person so that they can fade out, like he would say. But guess what? I'ma never fade out. I'm more stronger than I was when I first got there. I could never fade out. I could only fade in more and more and more to the point where my face becomes a fucking memory while your eyes is open. That's the only type of influence that I have. You the one who's gonna fade out. You the one that's fading out.